In today's world, trade is the largest of global markets supply chains, which includes competing brands, quality standards, movement of goods across borders, business regulations, cutting edge skills and services. All these activities match up to make a difference. What is behind the headlines? What impact does it actually have on people's daily lives? How can we develop programs that will support countries to get ahead on trade? Trade activities are getting people to act on the agenda of improving trade globally. Agencies and development partners are supporting countries in their roadmaps for change. It's building strong foundations and helping governments bridge to more support. Business Focus takes a closer look at every step involved in the aspect of trade, from identifying, buying, selling, and distribution of goods and services to various parts of the world. Find out from the people themselves what is happening in the daily trading activities and how they go through the hurdles in achieving greatness, from the fields, factories, gardens, markets, and to the consumer.
Okay, Fabul, welcome again to another edition of Business Focus, where the council now from Star Television, Channel 21. And remember, say this program they come to you every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, 6 to 7. And I'm not saying you don't watch the first edition and also the second edition. And a very exciting one where I believe say Yusuf be able to get a quality time, very good one for let you able to understand waiting that happen at the business world. As I was telling earlier, the essence of the program, now for telling how business happen at the country, waiting you're supposed to know where it come into trade, because so many people are in the dark whenever we talk about business at the country. Business not only means say for going to market, buy half thing and come, but it means say from how the goods that they process them, from the side that they pull them onto the last point where they reach way now the consumers them. And also the essence of the program is also that we want to promote we own Sierra Leoneans where they do very well in terms of entrepreneurship. Well, for man not bother not too much today, we get a very young, dynamic Sierra Leonean where this man he graduates, he not say let he go for work, but he come and he say he create a job for his fellow Sierra Leoneans. Now some of them things I want for the sea, not only for the go and find work, but you self come how you able for create job for let other man and self we able for gain employment. Well, today we there with a very renowned Sierra Leonean, very young man, but dynamic, as I told you earlier. We not to know other lesser person, we now Mohammed Toure, Mohammed Suleiman Toure. We now the CEO for First Care Group of Company. We inside the company they get about 3 other businesses where they do inside. Then get the house help and babysitting, and also they get the cleaning agency. Then get a home service where we can call say house help or other things. So today we dey talk to him. Let it tell you like how business look for him, when he starts the business, how the business will look like for him, and waiting in future plan for in fellow Sierra Leoneans. But before that, let me take a short break. We will come back and continue the program.
Time we lost the love of the country. Oh. Memorize this. I wish you the exalt thee, realm of the free. Great is the love we should have for thee. Family, we should be united whenever we stand. We should be singing thy praises, O native land. We should raise up our hearts and the voices on high, so that the hills and the valleys will re-echo our cry. So this blessing and peace will be ever thine. Oh, land that you know, I was here around you. Blessing and peace, I say, will be ever thine. Oh, land that we love, I was here around you. Yeah, mama, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One with a faith, let wisdom inspire.
Well, family, welcome again to the program. I believe say you don't take your time and watch that short break. We'll just take. Well, we're there with the man himself, with Mohammed Suleiman Toure, the CEO for First Care Group of Company. But before ever we will start that, let me ask some, what are in, let's say, small thing about yourself before ever we start the discussion. Mr. Mohammed, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Famule Munadu. Well, as you just don't say, me now Mohammed S. Toure. I happen to be the CEO for First Care Group of Companies. First Care Group of Companies now a business entity. We get 3 different companies inside it. Where the first one we get the Outstep and babysitting agency. The second one we get the cleaning agency, and the third one we get the home service. Where I believe say time permits, I will go details and explain how the 3 things that they operate.
Okay, well, Fambul, that's the man, Mohammed S. Toure, where now the Chief Executive Officer for the First Care Group of Company, where I should explain to you now some of the things that I'm ready to do. But let me go into details now on the discussion itself. In general, let me look at the business landscape in Salone. So, in your own view and perspective, which is make up of the business landscape in the country?
Well, Salone country people like you always say get a lot of prospects when it comes to business, but I can tell viewers and say it's really not easy for start business in this country, because like you get a lot of factors them way for make able for way they contribute for make you succeed very difficult. And like this kind of business we make up with now this country, like now a young business we just don't come, we get a lot of constraints them. Of course, one of the major constraints in young business is facing now for many people accept say this is a credible business. This business, if I can get somebody left hand on me host, this person able for manage me without no problem. So like for make people able to accept the first stage first, it not be really easy. But with time, persevere, at least work hard and get a team very committed and dedicated. I believe so over the years we're able to challenge them problems and they. The second problem you get more we face in this country, we have to say not to me one grain across all other organizations then. Now for raise capital we really difficult, because like we get with colleagues them with the other partner of the world where we can talk with. You could tell you say from like university they don't set up a team where that team they like able for they like a group, just like when they can go them group presentations them, can do them proposal them. Then from university days, some man cannot begin even for secure your own phone. So that by the time they done college, of course, they don't get that stats where they able for push your business. But Salone we different. Salone are the country where, in fact, where you even go for money and go assist you, people that even ask you for money at the start. So like really easy. These are some of the challenges. And the other one will get back. Some man just believe say where young person begin business in this country, for make able for continue and maintain them, it's not just possible and not just easy. So like you guys out the other them can corner discourage you say, you go able to do this, you go succeed. So like with all some of them things and then factors that they for put business on in this country.
Okay, well, let me look at another key issue. You know, the area of local content. Now, one way the government we don't put emphasis on, say, Salomon for accepting you. Just like you likely say, funding and other things for capital for let's start a business now a very tough one. Let me look at it like this. How it look like for you, you know, in terms of like getting loans for start your business or otherwise?
Actually, me fortunate like for me, I start up my own business. I don't try for push am singularly. I not ever try for any external source for get funding. But of course, the clear say like for make people and get funding from this country, it's really difficult. We are facing that one of the reasons that we make I just decide for operate based on what me get for now. Then the area of this local content where you cooperate now a very interesting one. Like I don't get instances then we talk to people over the phone, but we business. Then go say okay, well, I want for start up a meeting with you, want for see you in person. You go surprise for when you go to the place. The first thing I'm gonna ask you, who's I get this idea? Now, whose country you study? Like people don't always believe say Salomon they able for one. That's the first problem in this country first. Like a lot of people don't believe. Like other people that always ask me, who say pull this idea? Or that teach you this thing? Who say get this thing? Like I can watch our time say now before you now get this business. Like mas now with man get this business. The way people let me for that accept them is different than when the young Salomon gets them.
So it means in the area of local content, now one way you feel say not that too strong in the country.
Well, like the feel when me happen for friend myself, I can tell people and say yes. Because I can always say to Mr. I can try to motivate them. I say if not be any other person because with this business, we want to be Salomon, the way they will accept them is quite different than when a Salomon gets them.
Okay. Now let me look at another very important area of business in the country. You know, acceptance. Now one way plenty people just like we just likely they say for let them able for accept the own now one week is very difficult. You know, in terms of doing your registrations and other things and stuff way if it's involved into them. Let me look at in terms of doing your registration where we start this business, how will look like for you?
The same way the idea come up where I go for register the business. Like I go like the first person I talk to in the office and give me one or two things that I'm supposed to do. So luckily for me, I discussed with a friend. He tell me say, well, the good thing about Corporate Affairs Commission, if you go on their website, you will be able to foresee a lot of information where I commend them for that. Because like the process be really transparent. So like I be go online, I see all the requirements then the next I go to the place. So when the man tell me say na ABCD for that, I say no sir, I say you wrong. I don't want on our website, now this and this and this not supposed to do, and I they do. And at the end of the day, I feel I go through the right channel and I do the right thing, will cost me less compared to if I be go meet somebody else for assisting.
So it means the middleman stuff per business and the country now very difficult.
So that's very difficult.
Okay. Well, Fambul, you still you watch the program Business Focus, and we there with the CEO, where now Mohammed Suleiman Toure, where now in the Chief Executive Officer for First Care Group of Company. Where inside it we get three other entities where they exist. So we talk on them, the entities are there shortly, and as we still there with now in office, we say you know very cool here they blow you right now. Well, Mohammed, let me look at the project itself. Let me go into the project now. Let we forget about other things. In the first place, how this whole idea starts, when it come about?
This idea come about when I come to college. I be fortunate by then for a job. Then time come, like the company I be work for be follow. Then I decide for the look for job. So like I don't look for job 1 month, 2 months. I don't even get a call for an interview. I say wow. Before they take all this me time, they go and find job. I feel say better make I start something. I'm a little corner. Then I be go into a lot of research for see some of the problems that we Salone are facing. And I be identify say Salone a country in a way like most of the people in the country they're busy. Because like some man to go work, some man to go class, some man to doing business. But at the same time, again business for attend to. So I see and say well they go necessary for make a couple put a business when a house help and babysitting. We are gonna go get trained and qualified people them. We go send our people the host them, able to manage the host them effectively. Once then you go about the normal daily lives. So then it become about this business and I first registered about 3 years ago for the house help and babysitting agency. Just as I say I start and first, it not be really easy, but through the help of God it's time. I began to realize oh this it makes sense. I came able for create impact on the life of people I came able for employ me young people back with a find job. Then the platform be open and I begin to push. Then once I do this thing, I can realize back say something that people lack in this country back when I like effective cleaning service. Because like most of the agencies that we get in this country we're into cleaning, people just feel say I only need cleaning agency for office, not for me house. But we come with something unique and dynamic. We want to say well, we get all the cleaning equipment them. You don't need to go employee for 1 month for open use. But if you go in use, I mean just on Saturday, you need somebody for kind use, clean one of those, clean the carpet, clean anything I use. We get to equipment them, we get the manpower, okay send at your place, then go and do one for you. As I say, this business idea come about for help people and make it a very busy and tight schedule. Then we think the other one back say normally when they say Saturday, a lot of people be busy. Maybe in the 1 week you don't go work. Saturday na time for spend with your family. But at the time that some man can say back when I go to salon, I go do me hair, I go do me nails. Again, you go to salon because of everybody they rush to go to salon. You go meet a lot of crowd. You go spend the whole day. At the end of the day, the Saturday for spend with your family, maybe for spend with your family. So we say okay, well we introduce you to called the home service. How this home service they work like? You could in your house or your office or any side. You call we get trained and dedicated staff them who can send at your place. They can go and do your hair, any hairstyle you want. If you're a woman, you're a man, you want for barb, you can go to your house, we barb you. You want for shape your hair, you can go and shape them. You want for do your pedicure or your manicure or your manicure, we can also go to your house and go down there for you without you know get for strain for kind of salon or for kind of skits for kind of. So basically, these are the 3 companies we do under First Care group of companies.
So when we look at the way you start the business, like a disappointment that you're not able to find a job, you're not be able to get a job after your first job left you. You know, these are so many things we can go college or university, like a technical college. They tell you well, they can't train you for let you not go find a job, but for let you create job for other people. So how you feel like when you're able to set this company? How business will look like for you?
I feel say I go be a proud man because through God in grace I succeed in anything I do. I'm not just able to give myself employment, but now I can say I get over 200 people and we are employed in this country. Where I feel say in my only 2 corner I try for creating impact on this land. Okay.
Now let we look at the products where you get. You don't touch on them, but let me go into details. But in the first place, let me look at registration. The business we get now one where you get all the correct papers for operate as a business.
I happen for be like a business student doing my first degree that at master's level I do something like administration. So like I know what mean for make you operate kind of business not legal. So like I can tell people and say the business what make it unique from others because of course you get what the agency they go say will they provide house help service, but which I can always ask people them how legal this business here be. This is a legal entity, this is a company where they operate and we do all the compliance activities in this country, we do everything. We work in line with the law of Sierra Leone.
So you get all?
I get everything, yes.
Okay. Now, Med, let me look at the house help and babysitting. You know, I want to let we go into details. Let you for broken down for let people, even the lay person where they down there, where they listen and watch the program, let you able to understand exactly what's in this particular house help. Because when you say house help, it means first of all, we get them what they call and say house girl and all that thing. and now one way people them they shy and away from let able for take up some of the job here. So let's look at this first one. Broken down for we in pieces where somebody mamia just way in the BNB and come up if they watch let able for understand what's in this mean.
The house help, just as you said before, people them they call it house girl. But like when you watch that word house girl, it mean a lot. You get a lot of negative impacts. We do something where people them be saying now be house girl work, but we own in a different form. So now that they make first care, we not get house girl, but we get house managers. What do you mean by house managers? We they send somebody they will represent you in your house where you know they or even where you they and they help for one use for you. We they send somebody we go get idea how for broke you close where you know go well. We go send somebody in your house where you know how for clean use effectively. We no need for strain for direct and also for clean and also not for clean. We send somebody now also where you want for one you and them we go down for you effectively and go down fast and in a professional manner. We send somebody now also you want for keep secrets. Because what's in that happen for go dinner somebody else, some man go dinner somebody else as girl as in they call them because of training, get the ethics. The next thing will be happen, you go begin password and neighbor house. But we send somebody now house, we no say we go now the house, not to go password. Not to go for your personal business, you go for go do. When they send somebody now, you also already know how for cook. Where you just need for tell them how you want you cook for be, and you did one within the shortest possible time. You don't take on two, you're able to work for you effectively with little or no supervision. At the same time, we get people away we call nanny, where they take care of picking them, and also the aged. We get people them we train, we get medical background or medical experience because like we know so we old people them we can get two type of old people them. Some are old, of course, you need medical attention. So get people and we get that medical experience for take care of them. You get some are old, but you don't need medical attention. But at the same time, you want somebody for the young. We get somebody with the young, we go keep in coming. We go help for the talk with them. We go make go feed board at all. We get people that we train and qualify for take care of you picking from 1 day old up to 17 years. They will take care of them for you effectively. So basically, these are some of the packages we get inside the house help and babysitting agency.
Okay, talking about house help or the other way we can call them. Now one work this way, plenty people they say now drop out job. Now people are willing and go maybe stop class 6 from 1 and able for continue again and just decide say well before you go sit down so let it go clean and work for people them. But you say you can't change the narrative of this. How educated or how trained are these people? How trained are they?
When we start like at first, most of the people they become at first care. So mommy just say, "Oh, I can't fair work since I not get work. I fair me business money, then I left the work." But when they come, we change their mindset. We give them instances, we show them video, we show them proof of different people that out there where they live overseas. Well, this okay they do. But because they get love and passion for the job, they're able to achieve and make something out of them.
Okay.
And we staff them all get, of course, now a mandate to say if you not forget the right, and then a basic. We don't expect say if you're able to talk the English like 100% correct, but at least if you're able to communicate that basic way, and of course now one of the requirements then. And we don't change the narrative. We get people who become with the idea that they can work for 3 months after business money, but we don't change that thing then now. We make people who don't take this in as their job and they get passion for them and they do them effectively.
Okay, confidence. Now one way plenty people have been lost into some of their house help them. We much other companies they come before ever you they come. You know, like you go send somebody in yours, maybe you go do it for 1, 2, 3 months. You go do the necessary things them where maybe you go not happy say hey, I don't get somebody where I rely on before they make you do bad thing that you saying try for so like how the recruitment can be, how the recruitment they be like to you.
I would say we strength na first care I believe for make we client they recommend me to other person. Now that we believe in. And that now one of we key area would always the press on. So and for law achieve that one they mean a lot. It means say whosoever was send somebody else, the person get for trust that person, the person get for be 100% okay with the service with the person again that. Like we own recruitment process, which make we outstanding from others. Like we process them, we follow the right process, putting on this right process. When we don't take you don't go through all we requirements them, we don't train you, we got to call with background check. We not just employ you, but we get expert and we to go how they are for know about you, for know to talk about yourself send at home. For go now your area, let people and talk, I don't know you. If you don't work before, when not decide be the work, Lord get a feedback from the person be the work too. And also we get the final stage where we send out for make it out to guarantor. And you know they count all kind guarantor, we count guarantor hopefully say this guarantor do up to the tax. This guarantor very responsible, and even the guarantor they carry it, we get for do a background check about that guarantor there. Because one thing about the agency, if somebody go work na yours, like a thief or do anything bad na yours, you know get right for all the staff. That then our agreement, but you do all the agency responsible because now the agency sign a contract with, and we not see it mean now a big loss and it go help for put the image of the agency down. So we do our best for ensure say we get the right people in. And over the 3 years, I can feel proud and be boastful at this medium say, we don't want to get one case where somebody don't even take pin at somebody else because of all the process they move follow.
Okay, Fambul, you still with the program, Business Focus, and as we told earlier, today we look at babysitting, house help, and also cleaning and the home service. When we don't talk on the house help and the babysitting, we Mohammed don't dilate on so much, and I believe you don't gain something from that. But let me take a short break. We will come back and continue the program.
More Rasta from the Lion Mountain, Rastafari liberty. You know, Jah will must be done. Got solution to this problem now. Now. The people them hungry. Let's find some way to work it out. The children them are dying. Let's find some way to solve it out. African leaders are no busy now. Not sure. Why the children they struggle now? Not sure. You can stand up in a positive way. Find something to do in Africa. Youth man rise up in a positive way. Find some work to do for the children of Africa. Teach to reach the people in Africa this day about divinity, humanity, and vanity. Teach to reach each people this day in Africa about divinity, humanity, and vanity. Why separation? Why tribulation? Why salvation? What's a man chanting down our nation? Why separation? Why tribulation? Why salvation? You man say down our nation. Give it up, Bushray. Fall on the ground, yeah. Give it up, Bushray. Fall on the ground, yeah.
Family, welcome again to the program, and plenty thank you for we to take your time and watch the program. Well, we're still here with Mohammed S. Toure, where Naina the CEO for the First Care Group of Company. Inside the First Care Group of Company, we get other 3 entities that they where now the house help and babysitting, we get a cleaning agency, and also we get a home service. Mr. Mohammed, welcome again.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. And now let me look at, we don't talk about the house help and the babysitting. Let me look at another very important one here, where now the cleaning. In the first place, what are your assessment when it comes to cleaning in general, now the country itself?
A lot they still follow, and a good way, like more community work inside for help government in the area of cleaning, because Solomon, like certain things and the way you look at them, we quite different when it comes to the reality. So the cleaning sector na a whole market on your own way, I say a lot need for be done. We on cleaning, for now we focus into both the domestic and the commercial cleaning. With times we dey also plan for going to garbage collection, because we see say that in our area back where like a lot need for be done, even though yes the council and the tribe, but like still a lot need for be done, and we believe say we're going for achieve the goal we all need if both the private and the private sector and the government try for come together for see how we partner and move everything forward.
Okay, let's look at your company. Inside you get a cleaning agency. Why you feel say you for bring a cleaning company, a cleaning agency under this particular company where we register?
Well, the good thing about First Care, how we operate, we always try first to identify problems already, then we find solutions to them problem there. We come over the years, we can find out say plenty man will tell you say, no, me I don't want house help because I'm in one grade in my house, or we're not open our house, so no need house help. Like all we need, we just need somebody who can one time for a week, come and clean the house. So we say, okay, this is a very good area and a very good market. So we try for procure we equipment them, then come. You not just need for take away for 1 month. I like not just one green day. We all go clean the compound. We all go spray the compound. We all go clean the carpet. We all go scrub the window them. We did one. And then we end back on presently in this country.
Well, when you talk about cleaning, involve a lot. We get the external, we get the interior, and we get the industrial, and plenty other cleanings in the way
sure.
you can name. You can go to up to 50 or so.
Yeah.
So basically, which one of them are you to do?
Well, as I say, all the different things that we call, we just combine them into two main heading. We are called the domestic and the commercial cleaning. Of course, First Care agency get equipment they do all trading cleaning and we do into both the domestic and commercial cleaning. We get offices them all they clean for. Of course, we get people who go on the host just once a week for who clean. We get people who go on the host at least just once a month for who clean. So we into both the commercial and the domestic cleaning.
Okay. Now let me look at some of the equipment that owner they use. We notice over the years, so many people that kind of open companies say then they clean, then they this, then they that. But the right equipment them, because like I can say the free tom boy them, thinking now man and away they don't scatter every side. Any side when I must meet them. You know what I say? Exactly. We can call Creole say chinch, cockroach and all the other AFAF stuff that they can give so much trouble now houses them. How strong your equipment in terms of chemical, gets the right chemicals for do the spraying and all the other stuff, the fumigation area. Let's talk about the fumigation.
Yeah, where it comes to that, like the problem not to just forget the right equipment or chemicals them. The problem also not forget the right people them.
The professionals.
Yes, because like time long come we call certain equipment them. We like for lot get experts who go know for use them. It's really difficult. It take with time. So like even though we already start the business, but you see, final say like we not just start operation instantly. Because for lot get the right people them we train and highly qualified. We go work for me to standard. Not be really easy. And time become where we just start the business because we are a learning company or the learn from mistakes then. Certain of the chemicals then we will be used. We say go use these chemicals, so you don't go spray somebody else. The person go feel say go take months, experience, with the experience, but we go still the experience. We can find out what time be the problem so that now be substandard chemicals then we get. But we lucky enough for we get people then will take us we other partners them we happen for the other side of the world. Where in terms of equipment, in terms of chemical, everything we need concerning the cleaning agency, we get them from them. And I can boast and tell people and say we get the right equipment them, and of course we get chemical them. We now few agencies in this country when they into cleaning, we get chemical in there. And I believe I get viewers the way they watch we maybe some of them now we client them. They say if they get the opportunity. Able for testify to people and say we get the right chemical and we get the right equipment and we get the right manpower for do the job.
Okay, Fambul, we still continue with the program. You said will be part of the program by way you go text or call, by way you go text me or send me a WhatsApp message on the number where you see that screen. Winner 077 793260. If you're out of the country, you can get in touch with me through my Facebook page, Winner Business Star Business Focus. You can go there and get all the conversations and also all other things yourself where you need for know but the program itself. Or you can check me on my YouTube page, Winner George Bremer. You can go there and see the interviews we don't do. Well, we still carry on with the program. As I tell you earlier, we did with Mr. Mohammed Suleiman Toure, when I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the First Care Group of Company, when a company, a local-based company, where they do other things yourself, where you know say good for we now the country in terms of business, and also try to promote the Sierra Leonean business, and also try to give more job to fellow Sierra Leoneans. Well, let me look at, we don't look at the fumigation area. What you talk about, when are they doing industrial cleaning?
Well, industrial cleaning for now, not need one, but hopefully by the starting of June, because we get starting machine that I'm putting for, when we get towards the ending of May, then by June we'll go into that. Okay,
now, we want to get a evidence-based something like, which company or which business houses where you illegally they work for now? You can give a few.
We get a lot of business places where they want. Of course, I can tell people and say like the host of the CEO of Star Television, Mr. Philip Neville, now First Care the one program. We get a lot of business people there. We get the best restaurants now the eastern part of Freetown, one of the Amala restaurants, where I feel say the host and part of the restaurants they be run by staff them from First Care Group of Company. We get one of the best construction company in this country, where now the Medish construction company, where I feel say a renowned company, where the CEO and in family First Care the managing for them. We also get a lot of individuals then where I can tell people and say na First Care the one in place then.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now let me look at human power. You know, setting up 3 entities in one company, now one way, now big something. In terms of manpower, how best you stand?
I feel say I do up to the tax because I able to manage and ensure everything in place.
Okay. Now we don't look at the cleaning agency, and as you say in future you therefore inculcate our column the garbage collection, whether they're on the way. How soon that will be?
Well, maybe by the ending of the next quarter for this 2021, we work on that for make we start our business then.
Okay. Now let me come to the last one with the home service. You know, Naomi, now this part be like, because just like I say, the 24 hour not even do for we again. The 7 days not do for we. No, every moment, every now and then, even say for take this interview now one way we somehow tight for you. You know, they up and down. You know, they try for fix 1 or 2 things. You know, you can never stay. You know, weekend comes if you know get time for rest. So this one now a very important one. So you know, let me dilate on this. Explain this because this part is very sensitive.
Yeah.
A very sensitive. You know, some people they not ever even know about some of this particular service. This service what they talk about. So you know, I really want to let you able to explain in a simple term. Let somebody able to understand this home service.
The home service, we'd already get to staff them. We work for we when I full-time staff. We employ them already. Then staff them. Each staff we don't ship them by region. We get the people that we cover like for Eastern, people that are responsible for Central, people that are responsible for Far West. And each of them people in there, you get the head of the team, we get a motorbike, we always there on the alert. Immediately you need the service, like you want for do you pedicure, manicure, you want for do here. You need for calling now, we line them with 099 066 146 or 075 571414, or you go to we page on Facebook when our First Care group of companies, or you visit we office within number 10 House Street, Santona House. Just make an appointment. As soon as you make an appointment, we team will try for locate to you there, get all the equipment them, go and do everything for in-house, depending to how you want them, within the shortest possible time.
So now this is what they're about.
Yes, sir.
And how people they respond to this particular one?
Well, I feel say before people in like now be the house help and the visiting agency and people in like. But now the white people in the admire more the home service, because like the home service is really unique, and I feel say the home service, everybody need the home service because everybody want to take care of yourself, but the time not there. Or with this, it's very simple, because you go in your place, relax one, we go and render the service for you effectively.
You know, this service, particular service now, woman the more they go in for, I'm not sure.
No, well, the two sides, because of course, man they go for barb, and right now plenty man go many washing food. You know, everybody want for look young and look good. So of course, I feel say the two people in need, and both man and woman need the service.
So you said you can call for this service?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Okay. Famolo is still with the program, and we still continue to talk to CEO Mohammed Suleiman Toure, we get First Care group of company. Well, Med, as we try to wrap up this particular interview now, what are some of the challenges and overall, running all of this, the three businesses there, the entities there, what are some of the challenges that we don't get?
The challenge and plenty, as I don't measure that we start the business, you get a lot of challenge them. But I feel say the first way you need first, you need God for guide you, for take you to, because actually really not easy, because it involves a lot of sacrifice, it involves a lot of time. Like I be discuss to some of me company, they means everything to different kind of business them. I say like people and get ideas, so they say, oh, this is not the CEO, so what can I now develop now? But I feel say like the CEO now somebody way now one of the most difficult types that the way somebody forgets. Because like when you get you starve them, when they all long go tire, now you get for provide a solution. So of course they mean extra getting, you get for go out for get that information, you get for the up to the tax. Time kick one okay sleep till 3-4 o'clock. You just try for formulate strategies them, how to implement them, how to hit the market. Like it really not easy. But through God in grace, we do good too.
Wow. So let me talk about the success stories now. What are some of the success stories from where you start?
Then plenty. Feel over the months, I do what they call the customer testimonies. We are going to go make a document of the customers them way, then they try for talk about how they feel and get First Care service. And maybe by next week also, they try for the another customer testimony, the people they testify. And one of the major success stories we are getting at that, like 40% of the customers no longer recently, then go tell you say somebody is using a service, then give you a number.
Okay.
So that they like a very good. Then the major one, of course, I remember say like I start with just one single staff, but within the shortest possible time, through the team I get, like my admin manager, my admin assistants, my operation team them, we don't try at least we get above 200 staff then. We have to say that in a very good success story for the company.
Okay. Let me talk about other things in terms of NASIT pain and all the other stuff. Now, what will you do?
Yeah, I say like people don't go tell me say like I ought to know better, because I know team you operate a company in this country, we're not a legal entity, we know they follow the compliance policies them. Of course, a contractor will go for pay for it, they call it withholding tax when I 5.5. Of course, like with full-time staff them, of course you go for pay, you PAYE for them, and also you NASIT. And not to just that, with the follow the labor law, of course, with the try for pay above the minimum wage, you don't even pay the minimum wage, but at least the above the minimum wage where the government don't say for pay. And also, in order for ensure say work in line with the government laws them, we also have medical facility for all the staff them. Be it contractor or full-time staff, you're entitled to medical. That's not the good thing about the agency. But don't forget that no means they charge their money. The money very small they charge.
Now that's about
we not just there for make profit, but we also there for create impact on the life of people then.
Wow. Okay, as I left you now, waiting on your message as a very young man coming up, established in a business like this, employing over 200 Sierra giving a hope to other young people, waiting on your word of inspiration that we go on for left to you company young people.
Me company young people, especially we don't university. Two, for make the job ready for employ everybody in this country is really difficult. What I can advise you now, you start a business for can solve a problem. This country they face with a lot of problems, people in this solution too. I believe say if you try for job you never forget, use your quiet moment, try to identify some of the problems that we salon man in the face in this country and come up with possible solutions then. Start small, get a big dream, and I believe say with time you will succeed and you will achieve your goal.
In just a few seconds, how people are going to forget to now? What's our address and which line they're going to for each?
We office address the number 10 House Street. We in a Santana House. Ask for First Care Company, of course, then we'll take you now your office. Or you can call me on 099 066 146 or 075 572424 or go to Facebook, check for First Care Group of Companies. You will send a message there and we will respond to you within the shortest possible time.
Okay, it's a pleasure for getting at the program. I'm really happy and being inspired by you when the things have suffered on the door. We pray that God Almighty will continue for elevate and put more blessings in what you do. Okay. Well, family, that's now Muhammad Suleiman Toure, a very young dynamic man. We not just think and say, well, if you don't make small money, you can't sit down in the corner, buy big jeep, build big house. They bluff with so many women in the country, but it sort of it's a need for come and had value to encompass Sierra-Leoneans, young people and in general where they come up. Now today, they employ over 200 young other Sierra-Leoneans. Well, this is a message to all. We as young people, then can say the young people are the future for tomorrow. The future leaders for tomorrow. But I can tell you, say, we are not the future leaders for tomorrow. We are the leaders of today. We need for take things seriously and try for do the things we feel say we're able for improve your life and other people yourself around you. Like you say, not try for make the community improve you, but you try for improve the community and try for build a better place so everybody will come and say, hey, this person, if we don't do this, no, do something where you will leave the footprints on the sign of times that anybody will pass around will not say, this person has so if you do. Well, Fumble, as I tell you, if you want for get me, you will take the number on the screen and call me or text me or send me a WhatsApp message, or you can go to our Facebook page where now Star Business Focus, or you go to my YouTube channel where now George Bremer and try for a retreat. If you say want to be part of the program, take that number there in a quiet time and call me. I will definitely talk to you and we will see how best we'll be able for hard value at the business where you do let people that know better. Well, so next week, George Elliot Sam, they say tata, but say plenty thank you to my cameraman, we Samoa Cabo, we will help we for let the program meet for now. And also to be producers, Yesi Alwe, and also Lenoya Jawara, and a very big one to Mr. Philip Neville, where Naina the executive director for the Media One Center. So till next week, tata, and God bless you.
In today's world, trade is the largest of global markets supply chains, which includes competing brands, quality standards, movement of goods across borders, business regulations, cutting-edge skills and services. All these activities match up to make a difference. What is behind the headlines? What impact does it actually have on people's daily lives? How can we develop programs that will support countries to get ahead on trade? Trade activities are getting people to act on the agenda of improving trade globally. Agencies and development partners are supporting countries in their roadmaps for change. It's building strong foundations and helping governments bridge to more support. Business Focus takes a closer look at every step involved in the aspect of trade, from identifying, buying, selling, and distribution of goods and services to various parts of the world. Find out from the people themselves what is happening in the daily trading activities and how they go through the hurdles in achieving greatness, from the fields, factories, gardens, markets, and to the consumer.